What's up, everybody? Welcome back to part two of my two-part series where I will be talking about the home inspection report. What could go into that home inspection, and more importantly, what items could be flagged and what could cause you to turn away from the deal completely. I'm going to go through a few more items up next in this video. My name is Stephen Kotobash, and I'm a realtor located in the northern Atlanta area, and I get to help people buy and sell houses every day. Let's talk about this home inspection report. It's a report that is basically part of every transaction. Not every single transaction, but a vast majority, I should say, a vast majority of transactions will include a home inspection report. The inspector will go through the home, take a look at the interior, the exterior, and make note of things that need to be addressed. Well, in that report, there could be some things that pop up where you as a buyer, you might say, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm going to turn around and walk away. I'm out of this deal. And that's completely normal. That could happen. I've seen it happen before. I've seen deals fall apart late in the transaction as a result of a poor home inspection. So there are some things that can raise flags in that report, and that's what I did in part one of my video, and this is part two, so let's run through a few more items. One thing I want to address is rotted wood. A lot of people, when they hear rotten wood, they get scared and think, oh my goodness, this is so tough to fix. What happened here? Well, rotten wood is normal in a house, especially if it's a house that's been around for a while. You could have rotted wood around window sills, around your door frame, trim, and things like that. There could be some rotted wood associated with your deck. I mean, hopefully it's not in a bad position in your deck that could compromise the integrity, the structural integrity of that deck. However, if there is rotten wood present, it's going to get noted in that home inspection report. So once it does, it's a pretty easy fix. You have to hire a contractor. They'll come out, they'll take out the rotted wood, and they'll install new wood, and then it has to be caulked and painted and all that. But anyways, all in all, it's a pretty easy fix, and it shouldn't be something that causes you to turn away from the transaction completely. However, if there is a ton of rotted wood in multiple spots in the home, then that could lead to a bigger problem, right? That could tell you that, hey, something else is going on with this home, and you might want to dig a little deeper and figure out why there's so much rot associated with this property. Hey, do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Another item that could pop up is signs of interior leaks or moisture in the home. If that is present, the home inspector is without a doubt going to note that in that report. And it's pretty easy to see. If you see spots on the ceiling or on the wall that indicate an active leak or moisture, that home inspector, they can go around and they can use tools to detect levels of moisture, and they'll go into your plumbing fixtures and they'll try to see if it's simple, right? If the leak or extra moisture is coming from somewhere in the plumbing in the home. But they have tools to do that. They'll go around and check and pinpoint those areas where you do have higher levels of moisture. If that's the case, all you have to do is next hire a plumber, right? Get the plumber to come in, figure out where the leak is, why it's leaking, and then they'll make the proper repair for you. Building code violations could pop up in a home inspection report. Let's say the prior homeowner, they did all kinds of renovations to the space, and let's say that they did a lot of that on their own. So sometimes homeowners, they're not going to build things to code, unfortunately. So that's another reason why, if you're unsure regarding codes and how things are to be constructed, make sure you consult with a professional just so you don't run into issues down the road if you try to sell your home. However, building code violations, they could pop up in the inspection report. So make sure that inspector looks at things like handrails, right? Proper handrails along stairs, flashing around the deck, and things of that nature. And there are a host of other code violations that inspector will look for. So if they pinpoint some of those, make sure you review those carefully to see what needs to be done to rectify them. You could run into an instance where you have some malfunctioning safety devices in the home. So for example, these are pretty easy to fix, but you could have a malfunctioning lock on one of the doors. You could have a malfunctioning smoke detector that pops up from time to time. And hey, the inspector might see that some rooms do not even have a smoke detector. I've run into that before, but the good thing is about smoke detectors, they're so affordable. So if you have to go in and get someone to install a few around the house, it's a minimal expense and something that can be taken care of very easily. So anyways, that inspector is going to go through and check out all the windows, locks, and make sure that all those safety items are operating properly. And if not, it might be something that you want to address. So this video is obviously part 2 of this series regarding home inspection reports. So before you go anywhere else, don't jump off my channel yet. Take a look at part 1 of this series, where I go through some other home inspection items that could pop up, and you don't want to miss those. If you're getting ready to buy a home and you're in the market and thinking through everything that you need to do to make sure that you have all of your T's crossed and I's dotted, make sure you don't overlook that home inspection report. It's super important to go through that with a fine-tooth comb, because if there are items in there that need to be addressed and you don't address them and you close on that property, well, hey, guess what? Those problems are then yours. They're your problems to take care of down the road. So I hope that part 1 and part 2 of this series did a good job of opening your eyes to inspection report items that could pop up. So if they do pop up, like I said, make sure that you consult with professionals to make sure that you get those items taken care of properly. I really appreciate you for tuning in. I will catch you guys on the next video.